Gun violence continues to plague the United States, the world's biggest democracy, as several people were killed and wounded in yet another killing spree orchestrated by a gunman. The latest incident of gun violence has occurred in the posh city of Dallas, Texas, at a shopping mall where at least 8 people were shot dead, while many others were left injured. The incident has yet again shifted attention to this social ill as mass shootings have become commonplace in the United States, with at least 198 such cases reported since January this year. Good evening, I'm Abhyuday Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. The budget session of the parliament begins from today. Lawmakers raise alarm at the alleged involvement of high-profile leaders and government officials in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. Prime Minister Dahal expands the cabinet for the 10th time. Surendra Raj Acharya of Nepali Congress bags the Ministry of Women, Children and Senior Citizens. A gunman goes on a killing spree outside a busy shopping mall in Dallas, Texas. At least 8 dead and 7 injured. Unidentified gunmen also killed. And Japanese giants Urawa Red Diamonds crush defending champions Al Hilal to lift the Asian Championship League. Urawa Reds win 2-1 on aggregate. The budget session of the House of Representatives has begun from today. On the first day of the budget session today, the lawmakers have raised an alarm at the alleged involvement of high-profile leaders and government officials in the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. CP and UML lawmakers have demanded that the culprits should be brought to book if they are found guilty of corruption at any level or sector. CP and UML Chief Whip Padamgiri said that the government should investigate all the cases of corruption, including the latest case of the fake Bhutanese refugee scam. Meanwhile, lawmakers of CPN Maoist Center have urged CPN UML to assist the police administration in the handover of CPN UML Secretary Top Bahadur Raimaji, who has been alleged in the Bhutanese refugee scam. Likewise, Nepali Congress lawmaker Arzu Rana suggested that all the lawmakers should reveal their wealth on the public website. The Nepali Congress lawmaker Rana added that this would make the public see who has accumulated wealth by virtue of corruption. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal held talks with President Ramchandra Paudel today regarding the citizenship bill. Prime Minister Dahal had reached the official residence of the President in Sheetal Niwas this morning. Premier Dahal urged President Paudel to approve the citizenship bill that was endorsed by both the houses of the parliament without making any amendments. President Paudel has held consultations with legal experts today in this regard at Sheetal Niwas. Meanwhile, Law Minister Dhanaraj Gurung, after receiving a suggestion letter from legal practitioners today, said that the government is serious on concluding the issue of the citizenship bill soon. Law Minister Gurung informed that the government would move ahead on the issue as soon as the Office of the President moves forward the process. The current ruling coalition is making preparations to forward the citizenship bill endorsed by both the houses of the parliament without making any amendments during the tenure of the previous government. Meanwhile, the leaders of the ruling coalition had held a meeting with legal experts and office bearers of Nepal Bar Association at the official residence of the Prime Minister in Balwatar to request for their suggestions regarding the citizenship bill. The citizenship bill, endorsed by both the houses of the parliament, was sent to Sheetal Niwas for the approval of the President during the tenure of the previous government. However, the bill was stalled after then President Bidya Devi Bhandari refused to authenticate it. The Council of Ministers has expanded again with the addition of one more minister from Nepali Congress. Newly appointed Minister for Women, Children and Senior Citizens, Surendra Raj Acharya, took the oath of office and secrecy from President Ramchandra Paudel today. President Paudel conducted the oath and secrecy to Minister Acharya amid a program held at the official residence of the President at Sheetal Niwas, Maharajganj. Mahindra Yadav, who was earlier the Minister for Women, Children and Senior Citizen, has been given the responsibility of the Ministry of Drinking Water. Newly elected Minister Acharya was elected to the House of Representatives from Kapilvastu Electoral Constituency 2. After being appointed the Prime Minister on 25th of December last year, Pushpa Kamal Dahal has now expanded the cabinet for the 10th time. The cabinet now has 23 members with 9 ministers from Nepali Congress. Premier Dahal is handling the responsibility of the Ministry of Forest and Environment despite expanding the cabinet on 10 occasions. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has said that increasing productivity and creating employment opportunities would be the top priority of the upcoming budget. Inaugurating the Nepal Business Summit 2023 today, Premier Dahal stated that increasing productivity and creating employment opportunities would help to make the country's economy strong. Dahal said that agriculture, industries and self-employment would be prioritized in the upcoming budget. Prime Minister Dahal also said that efforts have already started to move ahead along with the private sector to solve the economic crisis in the country. Premier Dahal claimed that the country's economy is improving and urged everyone not to panic. Nepal police have arrested 10 Indian nationals for obtaining Nepali citizenship certificate. The arrested 10 individuals are of the same family while they had obtained the Nepali citizenship certificate from districts including Bara, Parsa and Rupandehi. Police investigations showed that they carried citizenship certificates of both Nepal and India. The arrestees have also bought land and houses using their Nepali citizenship certificate. The arrestees have been operating sweet shops in Kathmandu. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What is the reason behind the ineffectiveness of commission formed to empower the marginalized community? Your options are A, leadership's weakness, B, confusion in identifying problems, and C, lack of budget. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. And it's time now for the international updates. At least 8 people were killed and several others injured, including children, in a shooting outside of a busy suburban Dallas mall. The unidentified gunman was also killed by the police. The condition of 3 of the injured is reported serious. Multiple people were wounded and the shooter was dead at the scene, local media reported, citing the Collin County Sheriff. Video footage showed police officers hurrying shoppers out of the mall with squad cars and emergency vehicles parked near entryways. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, calling the shooting an unspeakable tragedy, said in a written statement that the state was prepared to offer any assistance local authorities in Allen may need. Allen, Texas is a community of about 100,000 people. Mass shootings have become commonplace in the United States, with at least 198 so far in 2023, the most at this point in the year since at least 2016, according to the Gun Violence Archive. The nonprofit group defines a mass shooting as any in which 4 or more people are wounded or killed, not including the shooter. The Taliban agreed with China and Pakistan to extend the Belt and Road Initiative to Afghanistan, potentially drawing in billions of dollars to fund infrastructure projects in the sanctions-hit country. Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang and his Pakistani counterpart Bilawal Bhutto Zardari met in Islamabad yesterday and pledged to work together on Afghanistan's reconstruction process, including taking the $60 billion China-Pakistan economic corridor to the Taliban-ruled nation. Chinese and Pakistani officials have previously discussed extending the project to Afghanistan, built under President Xi Jinping's flagship Belt and Road Initiative that started almost a decade ago. The cash-strapped Taliban government has expressed readiness to participate in the project and the prospect of getting much-needed infrastructure investment. The Taliban have also harbored hopes for China to boost investments in the country's rich resources, estimated to be $1 trillion. The government inked its first contract in January with a subsidiary of China National Petroleum Corporation to extract oil from the northern Amu Darya basin. The Chinese and Pakistani ministers also stressed on the need to unfreeze Afghanistan's overseas financial assets. The Taliban has been blocked from assessing about $9 billion of Afghanistan's central bank reserves held overseas on concerns the funds will be used for terror activities. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres yesterday urged all armed groups in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo to lay down their weapons, saying their presence was causing humanitarian tragedies and threatening regional security. Guterres was speaking at a meeting of regional leaders in Bujumbura, the commercial capital of Burundi, convened to discuss the security situation in Congo, where armed groups have been blamed for violence and mass displacement of civilians. Eastern Congo has for years been plagued by widespread violence that has included killings, rapes, and mutilations by armed insurgents from various groups, including M23 and the Allied Democratic Forces. Guterres added there were over 100 armed groups in Eastern Congo and that their presence was threatening regional security. The resurgence of the M23 since November 2021 has displaced at least 500,000 people. Congo accuses neighboring Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebels, which are made up of mostly Tutsi ethnic group members from Congo's east. Rwanda denies the accusation and accuses Congo of persecuting the Tutsi population and fanning ethnic hatred against them. Guterres also called for peace in Sudan. He urged the warring parties to put the needs of the Sudanese people first. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.